there. Hi. So, excuse me. Today, yeah, we are going to be doing some tarot. Hi, everyone. My name is Kurose Lane. I am the Vox Magus. And yeah, like I said, we're going to be doing some tarot today. This is really exciting because I have been reading for a very, very long time. I've been reading for maybe about 8 years now. Oh gosh. Items are being silly again as usual. But like I said, I've been reading for about 8 years now. I started with an oracle deck that was gifted to me, and then I eventually started reading actual tarot cards. So if you are unaware, tarot cards are a form of divination. It is a way to basically tell fortunes by interpreting cards after being prompted by something. The way it works is you basically envision a question in your mind, and I pull cards that interpret different meanings, whether it's past, present, future, or it's yes or no, or anything else. The difference between things like, there are different types of cards. So there are things like tarot, I mentioned oracle cards specifically, and some other things, I think, like Lenormand. Lenormand is very different because it's very straightforward, less interpretive. All of them have very literal meanings. Oracle cards have different sort of can be very direct as well, but sort of just straight up tell you things without much interpretation. And tarot has a lot of symbolism with it, and also has a lot of numerology included as well. So yeah, I am going to open up a Q&A box. Okay, so what we're going to do is, if you would like a reading, I will add a Q&A box, and you can submit anything that you would like. I may not get to everything. I will pick and choose. If I am not comfortable with answering a specific question, then you must understand I will not be able to choose that one. You can be as specific or general as you would like, within, character limit, and I will read accordingly. Before we do that, let's just have a general reading. Usually when I do these, they are on at any moment, at any point in time, but I am going on a trip soon. So just as a quick example for everyone here, I will do a little tarot reading on how my trip is going to go. So I like to shuffle cards until things fly out at me. And for this, usually I do card reading based off of vibes. It's a lot of like visual interpretations, and in addition to actually knowing what the meaning is for certain things. Oh, this is awesome. But when I started learning, I grabbed a book to help me teach everything, to help teach me. And the first thing was like, you don't actually need this book. And I was like, okay, sure. So it's helpful to know a little bit of the general meanings, but you're very specifically reading cards. You're not just like recalling, oh, this card specifically means this. You are reading. You are looking at the things that are in front of you, and you are interpreting it in the context of what we have. So I'm going to get out a little bit. I have photos of the cards. I don't want to do hand cam. You must forgive me. I don't want to do a hand cam. So we have pictures of the cards instead. Okay, so what I have is number 5, the high. Okay, my cards are in Spanish for a specific reason, and that specific reason is I was gifted this tarot deck, and we didn't know that it was supposed to be in Spanish. We did not read. Hello. Hi, Nelson. How are you? I have the Hierophant. I have the 4 of Swords in reverse. So I will flip that 90 degrees. And I have the Knight of Wands. So you'll see real quick what I mean. Okay. Oh my days. Oh my days. Everything got flipped over. Okay. Aha. Okay. My second tarot card. Let me just let me put on some music as well while we're here. Okay. We're gonna fade this in. Ta-da! Okay, you're doing fine. We must see the power of our imaginations and images on screen. Yes, images are now on screen. And you know what? While we're here, I'm gonna put up some BGM before I do any sort of interpreting of these cards. Just because I was like, man, it's silent as hell. Which do I usually do? I do Kumoto Hoseki. Okay. So. And we're gonna fade that in. There we go. That's our usual BGM. Nice. Okay. So the last thing that I'm gonna do for my prep. Sorry about this. I usually am a little bit more organized when I do tarot, but today has been super hectic doing some last minute packing for my trip. I'm actually going to be leaving tonight. I was supposed to leave tomorrow, but scheduling and tickets ended up being crazy and pricey. So I had to schedule it for today, my trip. And that's why I'm starting a little earlier than usual. Hello, hi. So right now I am doing a tarot card reading for myself because I'm greedy. No, I'm kidding. I'm doing a little example reading. So I am reading for my trip. Okay, so the first card that we have is the Hierophant, which is number 5. This is very interesting. I actually don't want to start with that. But our second card is the 4 of Swords in reverse, and our third card is not the 3 of Cups. My bad. It is the Caballo de Bastos. But let me find it. The Knight of Wands. Awesome. Okay, so my first interpretation of the 4 of Swords in reverse is that I have been quite stressed recently, and I have been having a lot of like I've been having a lot of feelings and that I have been sort of keeping underneath the surface. Can you see how there's a sword that is underneath the person that is in front of us right now? There is a lot that I am worried about or stressed about that I have kept tamped down for a really long time. And I think that moving forward with the Knight of Wands is going to help me sort of relax. And like this sort of movement forward is definitely like the one I can interpret this as moving to a new chapter and using this vacation to sort of reset me, I also can interpret it as how the actual ride is going to go. The Knight of Wands. Oh yeah, the Knight of Wands also represents a sort of like sense of adventure, so which is definitely sort of the trip. This is, yeah, okay. This is being read as a past, present, future thing. Sometimes I establish what the bounds of the reading is, and sometimes I figure out in the middle, oh, this is what it's supposed to be. So by what I mean by past, present, future is that our first card that is shown on the left side is our past, the middle is our present, and the most right-hand side card is our future. So our present is how I'm currently feeling, which is a little stressed, a little, and our right-hand side card is the future, which is the little adventures I'm going to be going on. I am visiting my sister, and she has so many things that she has planned for me. She called me earlier and she was like, and we're gonna do this and this and also this, and ooh, if you want, we can also get ice cream all the way over here. And I'm like, okay, we got a lot of things headed for us. So it's very fun and it's very exciting. For my past, it was very much a sense of like conformity. Do you see the way that like everything is structured and still here in this card? I was running a tight ship, really running a tight ship of getting these schedules out, doing my work outside of things, and doing other apprenticeship stuff, and finally like making sure that every stream is going well all at the same time. And that sort of buildup of doing all of these things, and then also being like, am I doing enough? Am I even impressive enough? Am I okay? Like, are people enjoying everything that I'm doing? Am I good enough at what I'm doing? That starts to build up, and this is a very much needed break for me. And I see in this card, like, I think I'm gonna have a really good time. It looks fun. So yeah, that is the gist of what we will be doing today. So I will open up our box, our question box. So start a Q&A. Do you have a question for the tarot cards? I will do in order, but I may not answer some questions. And I may not answer. Oh, my controller's out. There we go. I may not answer all. Okay, that looks good. And then I will put a little fortune teller. A little crystal ball. Actually, I have been doing divination for quite some time now. And it's very fun. It's nice to have a place to put your intuition and your energy into. And you get to interpret some really cool things. I have been looking into other forms of divination as well. So like I said, I have the cards, which are my personal preferred method of divination, but I have also been looking into reading tea leaves. I have also looked into reading bones, and runes as well. I think those are also very cool. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I want to like read and interpret. It's very fun. It's very fun to do. My cards are acting all crazy. That sounds cool. Yeah, right? Thank you. I really like different forms. I also want to read tea leaves. that is super, like, it's something that I've been familiar with since like reading Harry Potter, right? Which is such a lame thing to say, right? I didn't know that it was a real thing. And I don't know, that one character, Hermione, she was really like adverse, and she was like, this is a bunch of hoo-ha, but divination's kind of cool. I don't know what she was on about. Hello. In our Q&A box, we have a little Q&A box here. I'm doing tarot readings. If you would like, you can click on the Q&A and you can submit any questions that you have. If you'd like for them to be anonymous, you can click on the Q&A button. But there is also the chat in general that you can ask. So, Callie asks, how is my upcoming trip home to visit friends and family going to go? Awesome. All right. We can do that here. So, how is Callie's trip going to go? We have some cards already flying out at me. Okay. Huh. That's interesting. Oh my gosh. Ooh, this is a good card. Okay. So, first card is... These are acting up on me. Okay. Our first card is... Let me see if I have any reversals. If I don't, then that's fine. All right. Awesome. Okay. Our first card is the Four of Cups in reverse. So 4. I'm actually going to grab this. Okay. Let's see if this does anything. Okay. Four of Cups in reverse. Our second card is the 10 of Pentacles. I'm so glad that this is organized in this way. 10. I know how to count. Awesome. 10 of Pentacles. And then our last card is the Queen of Wands. Amazing. All right. Let's swap these accordingly. Oh, I lied. I can't read. Sorry. It's the King of Wands. Sorry, this is in Spanish. I get confused sometimes. My bad. I'm gonna flip this around. Amazing. And we are going to fade this in. All right. So for this, all right, for our Four of Cups in reverse, I'm trying to think. I think, for a trip home to see family and friends, it feels it feels like here with the Four of Cups that maybe there has been something, or like a sense of, how do I describe this? Sorry, everything when I read things come up in images and I don't know how to say words sometimes. For this card in particular, Four of Cups, there has been maybe something that has sort of left you kind of questioning, or not really questioning, but words are hard. Yeah, literally. Maybe something that has been sort of like up in the air. And they're coming to this back home for this trip gives a sense of like almost acceptance of something that has maybe you never got closure on, or a phase in your life that has really found like its total circle. I know when I go home sometimes there are times where I feel like I am maybe not so like in that sort of nostalgic way of looking back at the things that were from your hometown. You miss, but also you kind of realize like, oh, I'm in a good place right now, and this like past is past. And it's nice to see friends and family again. It is nice to meet up with people that you care about and that you love. But there's also that sort of feeling of like, if there has been anything that has been left overturned or like not really completed, or you've never really felt closure on, or just in the sense of like, this is a past chapter of my life that I am revisiting, but I am also like free from it, kind of. That's what I get from it. With the Ten of Pentacles, I am getting a really sense of like deep satisfaction. I think there's also, the Ten of Pentacles is a very sort of like community and like familial card. And I think that it's nice to come back and to connect with the people in your life that you care about. Like that is something that when you are there, something that you will lean into or prioritize and things like that. For the King of Wands, yeah, I think this, for the King of Wands, that sort of really affirms that that Four of Cups energy of like, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking to go back home and to see people before in a way of like, I have changed, how have these people changed, if at all? But the King of Wands is sort of like, you're the leader of your life now, you know? And going into this trip with like confidence in who you are, especially because like of that sort of deep satisfaction and that acceptance that I mentioned earlier. It's really like, this is such a this feels like such a cop-out, but like it is true, is like you are sort of the pioneer and the leader of your fate. And so when you go in to this trip with like, I'm gonna have fun, I'm gonna have confidence, and I'm going to have a really great time in general, that's what it's going to be, right? When I don't let certain things get to me, it won't, right? If that makes sense. So there's that one. All right. Let's see. What are the upcoming months going to look like for me? That's what I'm looking in the things. Do you mind if I I could pin these, but also just in case people want to remain anonymous in their things, I will leave them in the box. But what are the upcoming months going to look like for me? Okay, so these are going to be all sort of thingies. All right, I am going to do the present and two paths, I think, is what I'm going to do here. So upcoming months, what are the upcoming months going to look like for this specific person? And pardon me, sometimes I will stumble over my words. It's the way that these cards work for me. That is my bad. But yes. All right, let's fade all of these out while I shuffle. Very interesting. Thanks for the reading. Hope you have a good time and don't let things get to me. I hope you have a good time too. Sorry, the card that just dropped. But I do hope you have a good time as well. Trips are really fun, but it also can be a little bit draining, but don't let that get to you. Travel can be a little bit stressful, but once all is there, said and done, you know, sometimes you can relax. Okay, I have two extra that flew out of the deck, so I will keep that in the corner. But you saw I got like so excited. Anyways, so for the first card, let's hear. Cups, page. Yes. Okay, for the first card, we have our Page of Cups. All right. For one of the first paths that we see here, let's get that in here. Okay. Yes. For the first path that we can see in the upcoming months, that is the Five of Wands in reverse. So let's fly that one in. And our last card that we have is a Major Arcana card, which is always exciting to see. And I did make a huge reaction face to that in the middle of reading my chat. My bad. What number is this? 6. If I can read numbers. That is... fade that in. The Lovers. I also had 2 additional cards that I was surprised to see, and I will talk about that while I read. So, in our current state that you have right now, with the Page of Cups, let's see here. Page of Cups. Right now, you are in this sort of state of sort of dreaming, if that makes sense, envisioning, and sort of right now, I guess honestly you could even say like manifesting, right? Right now you are making plans for what you want your future to be and to look like. You are currently being like, it would be nice to do this, that, or the other upcoming, and trying to calculate and map out what your life is going to look like in the future, which makes sense because you're asking that right now. One of the pathways that we can go to is the Five of Wands in reverse. So the Five of Wands in reverse is really like clearing like the way in this sort of sense, right? When it's upright, you see how everything is in conflict and everything is clashing and in together. And I'm going to everything is sort of clashing and having all of their wires crossed. I feel like that is sort of what has been going on for a really long time now, is sort of trying to figure out what to prioritize or where to go and what's happening. But in its reversal, you are making new realizations and trying to direct yourself in the place that feels right. The additional card that you got in tandem with the five, what is this again? Five of Wands. I love knowing how to read. Is, let me pull this image up. It's gonna look huge probably. Is the Page of Swords. I think this is very interesting because we're going from one page to a second one. It's almost as if we are like making a transition into a different form, right? If that makes sense, is we're going from one page to a next, and that is really showing like the transformation of self. So we're gonna fly this one in. It is such a huge coincidence that I had two additional cards in tandem with the future outcomes. So it sort of explains what is happening. But yeah, it's like we are transitioning from one place of imagining, of planning, of envisioning, and we're moving into actually doing, if that makes sense. It is like, it's no longer time for thinking about what to do in the future. It is time to actually do it. And when you actually do it and you actually make that very clear change, then things start to clear a path for you and things seem much, much easier for you, which is really cool. That's really awesome. All right. The next one you got was the Lovers, and here's the thing. Nelson is my mod. He is also my very dear friend. And so I personally know things, and I'm not gonna air out the stuff now, but with the pairing that I got with this Lovers card is, let's go, is the Empress in reverse. So let me, number 3. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. So we're gonna fly her in a little bit. Let me pair her correctly. All right. So we have the Lovers and we also have the Empress in reverse. Okay, fade that in. Awesome. So with the Lovers, there is a new sort of potential thing going on here, and that is how I almost immediately read that. Is there could be another potential for opening yourself up to love in any sort of way when you're walking these sort of new paths. However, with the Empress in reverse, it does not feel good. When it's nice to have company like that, but you have to be selective about what kind of like feeling like of what that person is. And with the Empress in reverse, I'm sorry, I thought about the movie Obsession real quick. Is not in this. Now, let me be clear. Obsession has a very specific message of, if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it. But it has a very, very specific message. And I am not saying that it is the opposite of this, or that you are whatever the product is of Obsession. But I think there is a sort of element. It made me think of that because of how heavy and toxic both sides were. Well, again, that's still like in a way problematic because of the way that it happened and whatever. But the element of codependence and real deep obsession of one person and almost as if they are, if you decide to welcome this person into your life, they may take a hold of your life in not the best of ways. Does that make sense? It can be super overbearing, and it can be nice to be like, well, this would be really nice to have, and then you get into it and it feels really great for the first few days, weeks, months. It feels like it's going really well, and all of a sudden it just feels overbearing and they are taking control of every part of your life. That is what that feels like to me, right? It's like that slow snowballing effect of what this person can do to impact your life. So let's think about and focus on being a page and going thinking and doing. That's your decision. But you know, if you want my personal advice and my personal 2 cents about that afterwards, you know, there's that. All right, let's float these out. 3, 4, 5, and fade this out. Okay, so next up on our list, let's go. What do I prioritize in my life right now? All right, so let me start shuffling for these. Protection spell. Oh my god. No, literally. Salt the corners of your house. Salt every corner of your house, actually. I'm so serious. Put a little garlic on your door frame. Yeah. I have the time. If you would like to ask multiple questions, you feel free to. But just not too much. Don't overwhelm me. But if you do want more, feel free to. Anyways, let's see. What do we prioritize? Bleh. What should this person prioritize in their life right now? I think... What do... Oh my god, are you actually hearing the shuffling? Sometimes when I do this, you can't really hear the shuffling, but I think you are this time. Okay. Just a little bit more. Nothing is flying out. Okay. What do you prioritize in your life? Actually, that's so interesting. It jumped and then it flew back into the deck, so if she wants to talk, she'll come out later. Oh, wow. Huh. So I have 2 major arcanas right now. One more card and then we can get into it. Ooh, okay. All right. Huh. Interesting. All right. So, our first card is... Can indeed hear the shuffling. Neat. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Our first card, coincidentally, is the Empress, but upright. So we'll fade her in here. And then our second card, funny, pleasant coincidence, is the Emperor. So we have the Empress and the Emperor. 2 major arcana cards. I love getting to read these cards. Second one here. And then our third card is the 3 of Swords. All right. Up here as well. All right. The question is, what do I prioritize in my life right now? Now, with the Emperor and the Empress, there is a very big need for stability, if that makes sense. Ooh, why is this Emperor reverse? Hold on. Sorry, my bad. Let me flip you around. There's a very big need for stability right now. The Emperor and the Empress, I think, is a really big tell of like, you have to start taking control of and being a leader in your life, right? Rather than prioritizing one specific thing, it is, how do I get myself to become more disciplined? If that makes sense. That's crazy. I literally just said that I need stability to someone earlier. LOL. Yeah, it feels like with both the Emperor and Empress, it is like we need like hierarchical like structure right now, and like being able to compartmentalize certain things in our mind. It's not even a problem of like, I need to prioritize one specific thing or action or portion in my life. It is, how do I adjust and start to shift my mindset and who, like, it starts, hold on. It starts with you, right? It all, everything in our lives and everything that we do in our life, it always starts with us, our mind, our body, right? And to have that sort of discipline and also like peace with oneself, because I'm also seeing with the Three of Swords, very straightforward, is there's some sort of like internal and emotional sort of turmoil as it within you as well, and that can really be a huge blockage in being able to move forward or to make yourself do better. I know for me personally, I have also been feeling in that sort of vein of like, when I do not feel good about myself or the things that I do, when I feel these sort of mental blockages, I can't get anything done, because every time I try and step in and I try to do work and I try to get something done, a little piece of the back of my brain is like, and you know what? I kind of hate myself today. And it's like, man, can you stop speaking? I'm trying to mix a cover right now. And then my brain goes, but like, are you even like, is it even worth doing any of this if you just suck and you sound bad anyway? And it's like that, it's huge. It is a huge thing and a huge element of that can really create massive blockages in getting anything done, right? Is not having faith or confidence in yourself. And I think with the Empress showing up first, it is not only is she a leader, but she is also a nurturer, right? Is like, so with the Empress is like, not only is she someone who is a woman that is in power, but also she is someone who leads and is also gentle at the same time. It is one thing to be like, one, be kind to yourself, one, like, nurture yourself and your body, eat properly, get rest, drink water. Speaking of, I tried looking for my water bottle and she's not here, so we will get my water after doing this reading. And then the Emperor comes in and is like, and now that we have taken care of our body, now we can think about the stuff in our mind, right? And now we can think about what, like, it's a lot easier to then take the next steps and be and do the work, right? And to make and list out our priorities, right? So it really is like, this is saying like, start with you, start with you, your mind, your body, and then we can talk structure. Then we can talk about the real strict things of setting parameters for yourself in your day-to-day life. Which can look like, I don't know why this is coming to my head. I'm like, which can look like a bedtime, which is so, it feels so childish at first, but also there's something very important in getting like proper amounts of rest. And when you sort of set an area and time to sleep, it also kind of sets yourself up for the rest of the day, because it takes out a good chunk of time in a day when you set off like where and when you are sleeping. Then there's like, oh, okay, we can set off little hours of portions of our time, because we have the hard part through of like, well, you're not conscious, and you're healing your body at the same time. Sleep is so important. Sleep is so important. I can't stress this enough, because you're not only are you, one, in a scheduling way, taking away like pieces and huge chunks of hours of time in your day, but it also allows yourself to heal unconsciously, right? Used to do meditation as a way to start my bedtime routine. Maybe that's why that could also be it, of like, it's really nice to meditate and to kind of be in yourself and in your space and have moments of silence and focus. It's really, and it also helps you get more comfortable with sitting in silence, especially with this, which is something that you might really need with this Three of Swords. Being able to sit comfortably with yourself in silence and meditation could be really beneficial for you. So yeah. Recap. Empress and Emperor together are take control of your life again, start like creating that stability. Empress further is nurture, love, take care of yourself. Emperor is then we can focus on our structures and things like that. And the Three of Swords is heal mentally, inside, in your heart, and maybe even meditate. So yeah, that's your reading for this. All right. Thank you so much for submitting. All right. Next one. What steps to break out of old habits and cycles? Okay, awesome. Let's do this. What are some steps you could take to... Oh my God. Oh, yes. Oh my God. This is like, oh shit. Hi, Diva. Hi, Sai. Also find your water bottle. Yeah, let me do that. BRB. Ooh, you know what? This is a really good time to use this. Hold on. Wow. Okay. Okay, I'm back. It was really, I found her. She was right outside. Anyways. 1, 2, 3. We're back. Oh my God. Okay. I just drank water. If you have water on hand or a snack, eat, drink, stay hydrated, be great, be good. Hydrate. And also, you know what? I should also do posture check when I do my hydration checks. Are you sitting up straight? Is your back okay? Are you all right? All right. Let's do our next cards. Okay. We faded those out, right? Awesome. Amazing. Not the shrimp. Okay. Crazy first card to get. Okay. Oh geez. Okay. This one's next. Ooh, that's a good card. Oh my God. Okay, that's our second card. I'm trying to figure out what that was. And then our third card. I think, you know what? I know where I'm gonna put the other cards. Don't forget to unclench your draw as well. It's true. It's true. Ooh. So a lot of sword energy here. Firstly, swords. Oh dear, my swords, my swords. Okay. Okay. God. Sword cards are rough, man. All right, divas. Let's get these open. 1, 2, 3, and we fade these in. So we have, jeez. We have the 9 of Swords upright, the moon, this should be, hold on. The moon should be reversed in this sense. Sorry, my bad. We're gonna fade that in. We have that, we have the moon, and we have the 10 of Swords in reverse. Oh, that's scary. I know. Let's we gotta stay calm. Stay calm. Okay, so you definitely can almost immediately feel like how debilitating these sort of old cycles can be, right? I will say one thing is they are not impossible to escape, right? With the, I'm gonna start out of order. We're gonna start with the moon in reverse. Why did I think of Genshin Impact? Someone sedate me. I thought about Genshin. Oh no. Because this is relevant. This is relevant, I swear. If you have ever played Genshin Impact and you have gotten to Sumeru, there is a very specific Archon quest. Ain't no way. Set me free, dog! There is a very specific Archon quest, and it is called it is a never-ending cyclical samsara. They live out, it's Groundhog Day. They live out the same exact day every single day, and everyone is starting to, and nobody realize it, even though there are literal people that are deteriorating around them. And it feels so exhausting and debilitating to continue feeling like you are living the same exact day over and over and over again. And the reason why I bring this up, not only because of the whole like breaking out of old cycles and habits. Sorry, I just the cards are telling us to play more gacha. No! Guys, Lohen is out in Genshin and I might re-download. Anyways, the reason why I bring up this quest specifically, because I actually forgot that the context of this quest was a continuous rapid cycle of everything happening over and over and over again. There is a part in that where they go to a diviner. They go to a basically someone who is doing alchemy in order to do tarot, essentially, or to divine something. And they very specifically bring up the moon, which is this card in the middle here. Someone say Honkai, girl. And the moon is about illusions, right? So I bring this all up because the moon very specifically is about illusions. It is about seeing things and seeing mirages in places where where things don't belong, right? You can tell because there is that face in the moon. There are people that are drawn to it, but it's not actually there. There is no actual man on the moon, man, you know? And it's like the moon very much tells us like it is not impossible to break out of these when you realize that like sometimes when we're in these same habits, they're habits, they're habitual, they feel like they come out of instinct, and so much to the point that it feels like we almost feel like trapped by them. But the moon is there to say like, hey, break free. let go, dog. In that sort of way of like, how do I describe this? When you realize that there is so much power that you as a person has to make a commitment to do something, right? That is when you start to realize like, oh yeah, this is all this I can overcome, right? When you realize that you can overcome something, it almost switches something in you, in your brain and in your mind that sets you free. And I'm gonna bring up set you free again because with the swords, the 10 of Swords in reverse, right? Realizing and seeing these sort of, I will say again, as like these metaphorical illusions, or maybe even real shit. Are you seeing things? No, I'm kidding. when you see these illusions for what they are, things that feel like they are trapping you but actually don't hold any real power over you, it allows you to set yourself free. It's very interesting looking at this card because this feels like this person is pinned down, but it's upside down, right? Swords are heavy. The gravity of this almost turns everything on its head. And soon the things that feel like are pinning you down will fall out, like without any like real struggle, right? The way that this works, and I'm looking at it like in front of me right now, right, is that when you start to realize that these things have no power over you, the rest starts to get a little easier. It's not like you're actually having to like that fear of like ripping the band-aid off or like like trying to like pull at teeth in order to overcome these things. It falls easily, right? Which card tells me to watch Conclave again? The Hierophant. But yeah, I think from there, when you realize that these sort of things don't hold any power over you, that's when you can start to make new adjustments to your life. I want to pull... I said I wanted to pull a card and then one flew out at me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry, I got really excited. Where is this? 8. That's an 8. 8 of Wands. Okay. 8 of Wands is fast forward movement. Fade her into the corner. Of like an additional step and not just like the metaphorical step of like get over it. Never apologize for being Filipino. Okay. Yes, okay. So further step, instead of just being like, here's the metaphorical way of getting over your cycles. The 8 of like, yeah, sure, this has no power of me. Now do something. Like, is literally, I think is basically telling you, 8 of Wands is quick decisions, rapid, fast, think fast, right? Of like, just do something, literally anything, right? Anything that is not a part of your old routines, cycles, habits, things like that. Literally just do anything and incorporate that into your life. Roll for initiative. Honestly, yeah, man. Like, it's like literally taking the initiative to do anything at all instead of the other things, and is really important, because making those like quick like, I won't say impulsive, because that also has like a sort of connotation to it, but like going into a new thing with confidence and without hesitation. That is what I will say. With confidence and without a hesitation of going into something that can feel new or something like that, or try something new. That can also really help in this sort of forming of patterns. So yeah, that is what I get here. Thank you so much for submitting a question. Yeah, awesome. Okay. I am once again opening the floor for anyone who wants things. How does one use their cards to unlock their persona? So you see, apparently wands, I can't remember the persona 3 rules. Wands give you more XP, pentacles give you money, and then when you roll a major arcana, you get you get more likelihood of being able to roll better persona stats for your folks. Speaking of persona, I just recently downloaded Persona 4 on my Switch specifically, because I have my Switch fake. No, set me free. No, I'm not fake, I swear. No, but yeah, I have Persona 4 on my Switch now because my Switch is now currently fully in Japanese, and my trip is gonna be 12 hours long, and so I was like, well, enough to get me through a tutorial fully in Japanese, right? I'm trying to incorporate more Japanese into my thoughts and my like my what's it called? Oh no, I accidentally deleted that message. Oopsie, my bad. Anyways, yeah, I'm starting to like get more into like very seriously learning Japanese for various reasons. So I was like, you know what, I want to play a visual novel. And I want something that has voice acting in it, because I tried doing it with Tomodachi Life, but Tomodachi Life, everything moves automatically most of the time. And it does make it easier because there's like furigana next to the kanji, so I can read properly. But everything moves so fast. They're robotic Japanese voices. I get so confused sometimes, and I'm like, I don't know what you're trying to ask me. I don't know, actually. So having both voice acting and Japanese text, hiragana, katakana, and kanji in front of me is trying to help me a lot, is really helping me a lot more. Real Persona fans only play Tokyo Mirage sessions. Hashtag FE. I was considering getting Fire Emblem, actually. It's just between the coin toss between Fire Emblem and Persona 1, unfortunately. Girl, have you tried hit game Potionomics? Have you ever wanted to be a pansexual potion seller? You write that like a bot, diva. What is the copy pasta for Final Fantasy 14? But have you heard of hit game Final Fantasy 14? Oh my god. Which sometimes I do get the like, do I want to play Final Fantasy? No, I'm good. I'm good, actually. Okay. What I'm gonna do now, because there's no general questions, I get to do something fun and silly. I get to do I get to do little general readings for the collective. Not bot, I just have autism. I am a human. Greetings, fellow humans. I don't know, doesn't sound too convincing to me. Finish washing dishes. Temporary freed from your responsibilities for now. Yay! I'm gonna be going probably maybe for another hour, 30 minutes to an hour. Collective, like a Conclave? I actually haven't watched Conclave. Okay, I'll do stuff for the collective. Or do me. Should I do me? Ooh, I could do me, but that might get a little too real. Sometimes when I'm bored, I just like doing love readings. So, oh! Actually, for this, I might... I have my oracle cards as well, but sometimes I'm like, I'm not sure if I should use these because I don't have visuals for these. I have Rider-Waite cards. The reason why I'm displaying Rider-Waite cards is because that is the deck that I'm using right now. But okay, you know what? Okay, all my cards went flying for my oracle deck, so I'm not gonna use her because she's misbehaving, so she doesn't get to be read. And that's the decision. If it's not for the collective and bad, I call not it. You should hashtag we becoming more Catholic. I don't know about that. Wait, speaking of Catholicism, have you heard of the archbishops? The archbishops in New York and San Antonio are both wagering items, material items, for who wins the NBA finals. I don't pardon me, I don't particularly feel any which way about sports, but I do find basketball quite exciting. And I did see the game yesterday, and I am hyped that the Knicks won. And we did watch the NBC News after the game, and I saw the archbishops. The archbishops are wagering items. Not money, of course not, because, you know, gambling bad, but one of the archbishops, they're wagering locks. Literally just a bagel with locks. What? I'm crying. Anyways, do more advertisement for the Christian religion than Jehovah's Witnesses. No. Yeah, literally, they're fully just debating the fucking. They just. I forgot what the one in Texas is doing. They're doing something. Anyways, here's some stuff for the general collective. What's going on with you guys in the second half of the year? Wow, can you believe we're already halfway through the year? What's late summer, fall, and winter looking like for all of us? You know? All right. And this can be any... Actually, I lied. It doesn't have to... Well, no, yeah. This will be for anything. Yeah! Okay. Reina de Espadas. Okay. That is Queen of Swords. Where is she? S. The cards are telling me, oh my god, we should play Overwatch more. No, I'm kidding. She said for the second half of the year, the new season of Overwatch is coming out. Okay. Ooh. Overwatch. The second card is 10. Okay, yeah. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And our third card, I will shuffle for. Inshallah, may they get their locked bagels. Okay. And the last card is... No, yeah, I think they are upright. I lied. So the 10 of Pentacles that I said was upside down is no longer upside down. They're upright now. Why? Because I said so. And also because that's what the reading feels like. Sometimes I'm wrong, you know? Sometimes I think that they're upside down. Sometimes they're actually wrong when they come up. And that's a really important part. Overwatch, we carry the point. if I I'm gonna do an Overwatch reading next, and then I will do the one that got submitted in my questions. If I get the Chariot for an Overwatch reading, I'm gonna cry. Anyways, okay. Queen of Swords. That is so interesting. They have a butterfly crown? Okay, so the reason why I was like, is this 10 of Pentacles upside down? And I was like, I think this is going to be reading as upright, but I was like, maybe it'll be upside down and we'll see. But then the sun came up and I was like, okay, this has to be upright, because this next month, or these next few months for the next half of the year, feel like a very sort of social time I think it is a very big time for cultivating our communities. And I get that with the 10 of Pentacles, is gathering our communities and gathering with our people. Are the 10 of Pentacles really is giving like these are the people in our circle, which is ironic because Pentacles, circles, lovely. These are the people within our circles, and we are opening up and we are spreading that throughout. And that comes in with the Queen of Swords. I'm really looking at the butterfly crown on her head. The very common thread throughout all three of these cards is this bright yellow color. And I think that is what is dictating our storyline for the next half of our year, of welcoming people, opening up to people, even just like opening our circles up to other people and bringing new friends in, which is always awesome. It's always nice to meet new people and make new friends and bring people into parts of our communities, because the more people that we have in our communities, the stronger that these communities are. And my cards went flying, but whoa, a card that went flying, that additional what? Oh my god, guys, the second half of 2026, man. Hashtag this is going to be my year. This other half, the other card that just went flying at me, like fully barreling towards me, is the Four of Wands, which signifies actual like real like happiness and structure, literal structure. Oh my god, that's awesome. With the Sun, it's bringing in a lot of bright feelings and bright like warmth and happiness, which when we're looking at the second half of the year, when we look at the times that gets colder, we have our people to keep us warm. We have our people and the people around us that we care about and we love, and that feeling of love to keep us happy and to keep us warm and stuff. Some of us might even be attending a wedding. Not your own, but some of us might be going to a wedding. That is what I'm getting from the... What is this? What is this again? Four of Wands. As you might be attending some like, or even not even just a wedding, but like really nice like ceremonies or even parties and stuff like that. Gatherings with a lot of people. So yeah, that is what the second half of the year is going to be like for the collective. Overwatch reading. Yeah! Get these cards out of here. Happiness over, time to worry about Overwatch. I'm kidding. Okay. Sorry. And my voice is a lot lower this year. I might be attending a wedding this year, actually. Aha! So now you have to claim the collective reading. My voice is a lot lower today because on Tuesday, I voice acted for 5 hours straight. Actually, not even. I voice acted for multiple different, like, auditions. And then I voice acted for 5 hours straight. Thank you, Danganronpa. And then, like I said, yesterday I went to the game. And you know, it was a great game. Sometimes you gotta yell. All right. Overwatch reading. For those who play Overwatch, how are our games going to go? And and for those who play ranked, how are your ranked games going to go? Fuck! Oh my god. Okay. So we have one major arcana, I will say that. We have one that is in the reversal. Wooyoung mains, stop playing Wooyoung. That is what I will say for that one. We have the Hanged Man. And we have, I'm drawing 4. I'm gonna draw 5 cards because I have 5 cards available. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, no chariot, which sucks, but okay. I do have the Hierophant on here. Conclave. No, I'm actually gonna take this seriously. Okay. 1, 2. Conclave. Oh no. Where's the Hierophant? Where is she? Oh, my days. Number 5. I love knowing how to count. Okay, here we go. And then 1, 2, and 3. The World, which is awesome. I should really rename these so that they're better organized. Oh no. Where is she? Oh, there it is. Oh my god, I was staring at it right in the face. El Mundo. Okay, the world. Sota de Copas is Page of Cups, but in reverse. And I jokingly said don't main Wu Yang if you get this and stop maining Wu Yang, which sucks for me because I was planning on learning him. And then Hanged Man. Where is she? Where's that diva? There she is. Okay. Lots of major, you know what? All things considered, lots of major arcana for today. Okay. So, first off, I think we'll do the swords and the Hierophant last. First thing, for the world. I love Overwatch! Yay! Okay. So for the world, this is like a reading of like, oh, I get it. It wasn't Wu Yang main stop maining Wu Yang. It is everyone play different roles now. With the Hanged Man and the world, it is like, firstly, the world is like, girl, there's so much out there. There's what? How many heroes now? 51? There's gonna be 52 next in a few weeks. The 13th, next week, Hero 52 is going to be announced, and they're gonna be Japanese, probably. God, oh, one can only hope. Apparently they're gonna be Hashimoto, allegedly. And apparently Mizuki is scared of them, which, you know, anytime to see that man scared. Yeah. Anyways. Is like, there's so many options out there for you. There's so many things in the world. There's so many heroes that you can play. With the Page of Cups, because I'm not taking this reading seriously. I don't fucking know. Hold on, let me look at my cheat sheet. You play all? Yeah. Okay, so maybe this is a reading for me. They said stop playing support. Stop playing support. That's what the Page of Cups in reverse is for, because I'm constantly healing. And she said, your cup, it's runneth over, and now it's empty. It's runneth so much, it's empty now. Girl, stop playing support. 52, that's a full deck of playing cards. Literally, you could... And the Hangman is like, literally try new perspectives. Try new things. Even if you want to be stubborn and stay in your role, do a new hero. Play a new hero. I don't know. Start playing Hazard. Quickly. Lane tank era. You know what? I will say, the other day, I was thinking about learning how to play Sigma. Okay, so next for the 2 of Swords, I think that is literally like, this could go one of two ways. The funny way is look at the hero details whenever you choose a new hero. When I play new hero, I don't know if any of y'all do this. When I play Overwatch and I play a new hero, I play it immediately unranked. No idea what I'm doing. I learn everything on the spot. I go in blind. Much like this diva who is blindfolded and has the swords out. She's gonna fight. She just doesn't know what she's doing while the fight happens. Play Ramtress. I do really like playing Ramatra. I played a tank game yesterday as diva. Oh, I dove those bitches so hard. I got like 32 kills, I think. Yeah, learn on the go. Yeah. This one is like, this is saying like, diva, firstly, read the instructions. But secondly is like, how do I say this? Like, I lost my train of thought a little bit, but it was like, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, right? The reason why I don't venture into doing other roles is because I'm scared of looking bad. Bitch, I don't play ranked. I play quick play almost all the time. Why am I scared? Emre arc. To that point, Emre arc. The last one is like for the Hierophant. Hierophant is venture missing. Korea! We all were playing QV. The Hierophant is like, if you really want to get good and get better, just keep practicing. Like that's the only way to go. There's no other way to improve if you don't do a thing. So if you want to change your methods and you want to break through and break free of all your stuff, do it and practice. Continue to practice. And that is a discipline that everybody should learn. If you're an artist, pick up your pen, practice. If you're a musician, practice. That was like, it's like drilled into my brain of like constantly doing and redoing things until you're like, until it's like ingrained in your mind, body, and soul, and also your muscles. All right, that's the Overwatch reading. I'm crying. I can't believe it. I will say, I made a promise. I made a turkey. I made a promise. Jinx Monsoon was pictured with like Blizzard and Overwatch many months ago, and I made a promise that said, if Jinx Monsoon is a character in Overwatch, that is one, who I am maining for the rest of my life, and two, I have to start streaming Overwatch, unfortunately. So this new hero, even though this is allegedly a Japanese person, if it's Jinx Monsoon, shit! I unfortunately have to start playing Overwatch on youtube.com. Okay. Now. Okay. We got another question, and then another question that no. Oh my days. Okay, let's pin this one. Real. How to combat searing shackles of burnouts. You're so real for that. All right. Searing shackles of burnout. Well, ooh. Oh. Coincidentally, a diva reappears. Hold on, where is she? We're just gonna pull her in from that spot because I don't want to replace her. That's so interesting. You know how I was talking about like my cup overfloweth and now it's empty because it just flowed so much that now everything is gone? We now have the Ace of Cups. Okay, here. I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna readjust these slightly. Fade this. Okay. Excuse me. I was about to burp. I didn't though, because I'm a lady. Oh, okay. Sen, the swords energy is really off the charts today. I hate to tell you this, girl. It's truly off the charts today. What was your other pairing earlier? I have to look back. It was something in between. Yes, it was a major arcana sandwich in between swords. And this is okay. This is you're sandwiching. We're sandwiching things between our swords. Sorry, that sounded a little bit. That almost sounded like an innuendo. We're sandwiching things between our swords. Anyways, sorry. My bad. Get your mind out of the gutter. Lane. Okay. Okay. Whew. Sorry, don't stop speaking. Anyways, okay. Ooh, interesting. Okay. My tongue is up because I'm licking my lips, which means I need to drink water. Before we do this, everyone get water. Everyone hydrate. Everyone drink. Everyone get a snack. Everyone fix your posture. You look like a shrimp. Okay, awesome. I sat up straight too. Trust me. All right. So 2 swords, Ace of Cups, and then 8, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8 of Wands. So you have 8, 9, 10, and 2. Interesting. Okay. I think it's very interesting and ironic that you were like the searing shackles of burnout and you get a card that is someone who is completely tied up, who feels like they cannot break free. But I want to rearrange these cards. I want to rearrange these cards a little bit. So we're gonna move this here and we're gonna move this here. Because there is a thread that we are following here, right? I want to move these cards just slightly. And this is the lovely thing about reading and interpreting tarot. We've moved the cards. Me when I get sandwiched between swords, drooling emoji. Oh, my days. I'm moving the cards because as much as I would love to keep you sandwiched between swords, I'm following a very specific thread. I think it's very interesting that you would describe the things that are like limiting you and like the feeling of burnout being searing, because there is a lot of like warm, red, hot energy in this first 8 of Swords, where it feels literally, this is a robe that they're wearing, but it does feel as if they are on fire because they are so constrained and so stuck. And this is very interesting to look at, and also pinned down. Once again, we have this like this pinned down feeling, very similar to your Ten of Swords, that we are going to be reversing. I just snapped. And it's very interesting to see that the Two of Swords represents, I have 2 interpretations for this, because this goes in different directions. Of like, one is indecision is one of the things that the Two of Swords can represent, or like stagnation of like, because I am blindfolded and because I am restrained in one type of way, I cannot use these swords for anything. But also that is the sort of like cup half empty sort of way to read this card, the very pessimistic way to read this card, the very optimistic way to read this card, which both can be true at the same time, right? Two things can be true at once. Yes, the cup is half empty and it is also half full, right? Is that the Two of Swords also represents intuition, right? And I think I want to lean into this because it leans into the Ace of Cups here. So two of Swords, despite being blindfolded, knows what is going on internally rather than externally, right? They know what is going on inside their mind and body and heart. And the reason why I say this is because your cup is running over and it's starting to get a little empty. It's time to re-up and it's time to refill. And your whole body knows that. Your entire body knows that when it's time to refill. Do you see how the person in... And I think it's very funny to talk about refilling your cup because the person who is in the Two of Swords is surrounded by a body of water, right? They are surrounded by something that can give them rest and rejuvenate, that can fill their cup and give them rest and rejuvenation, right? It is the crazy thing of like being burnt out. One of the easiest and simplest ways, even without the cards, of solving a problem is sitting down and resting, getting an amount of rest, taking an amount of break to like healthily re-up on your body, make sure that you are okay and that you're doing fine, drink water. I'm gonna sip again. Things like that. And sometimes like this has to be hammered in because as much as it is like an easy way to say that, sometimes we really need to be reminded of it, you know? It's like everybody can tell you to rest, and you may do it, you may not, but sometimes it's good to have that reminder of like, when I feel like I am giving so much of myself away to my work or to others or to speaking to others or to comforting other people or to continue doing this assignment or to make this deadline in on time, right? You're giving so much of yourself away. It is good to be like the Two of Swords, to trust your intuition, to listen to your body, because when you're blindfolded and when you can't see, all of these other senses are so much more enhanced to really listen to your body and be like, okay, time to sit, time to rest. Let me keep my swords close to my chest for now. And when I'm ready to continue, then I can do that. Let's re-up, let's refill, rest, rejuvenate. Because when you rest and rejuvenate, not only is the Ace of Cups telling you refill your cup, but once you do and once you get that rest, you are going to be a wellspring, right? Do you see how this cup is not only feeding, like, it is important to be like, don't give yourself away, or so much of yourself away to others for the sake of just doing it. Like what I said earlier of like, it can be exhausting to constantly give, and like be like the giving tree in that sort of way. But when you give yourself the time to rest and rejuvenate, this cup is doing so much all at once. It is refilling a spring. It is feeding a bird. It is like, there's so much in your hands that you can do, and you can be so much more powerful when you rest, listen to your body, know when it is the time to stop and relax. Even when it feels like things are crashing or burning or you feel pinned down, there is space, there is time to prioritize you. That is what I am getting. Thank you. Awesome. Amazing, amazing, amazing. How many am I allowed to eat? Girl, what are we talking about? 5. That was on the back of the deck. That was another question that was in the corner. I will turn these off. Okay. These are going off. Next question. Oh my god. I have about 30-ish minutes. I could go a little farther, but we will see. Let's select this one. What should I do about not having the time or energy to do all the things I want to do? Let's shuffle. I love that sound. That sound makes me so happy. Water break? I've drunk so much water. Aya. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. That was like 10 cards. If you want to speak, you will speak. Shuffling is a nice sound. I love shuffling by hand. I know a person who has like an auto shuffler of cards, and it's nice to have that. But sometimes nothing beats like you having that in your hands. Also, it's nice to feel cards in your hands. It's nice to have a good set of cards and a good deck of cards that can be easily shuffleable. That's why I like this deck the most. I have maybe 8? I would like to say 8 different sets of cards. But these ones are my favorite. I have a little travel deck as well. Ooh, this one is constantly coming back at us. My days. Actually, we also got a okay. This is definitely it's interesting that this card would come back. This feels like a past present. Huh. I might draw 2 more cards. We'll see. Okay. So let me grab the cards that we need. Okay, this one's in the wrong order. Awesome. Okay. The first card that we have is the Hermit in reverse. The Hermit is number 9. Number 9. The second card is, I forgot to tweet that I was live. I always do this. Sorry. I realize sometimes I like send in like on my twitter.com at Kurose Lane. No, I'm kidding. I'm always like, I'm going live in like an hour, and then I forget to tweet that I'm live immediately when I start going live. But that's on me. That's my fault. The second card making its return is the Knight of Wands, upright this time. And our last card, which I think is very interesting, is the 3 of Pentacles. Where is it? There. Nope, that's a cup. That's a cup. Sorry. The 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. Give me a moment to read and like evaluate this. I wish 8 years doing this and I'm like, I don't have any instants. I'm like, if I could just read instantly, that would be so great. That would be so wonderful. But unfortunately, I have to gather words in my brain. I would say, I think this is a past, present, future reading. Not having the time or energy to do all the things I want to do. I definitely, so in this past card, which is the Hermit in reverse, right? The Hermit is one of my favorite major arcana in terms of its personal sort of identifications. I personally I always say this when I do readings of like, I love this card, I love what it means, because I do. I really love the meanings of a lot of these cards. I think they're very, very beautiful and have very like deep, profound meanings when they are read. I like the Hermit because I think it resonates with me quite a lot, where the Hermit is alone most of the time. And for when it is upright, that does not mean to be alone is a negative thing, right? You can discover so much when you are by yourself and when you are thinking within yourself. When it is upright, it is about self discovery and truth, and the discovery of truths and searching for meaning and inner guidance. And I think that is beautiful. In its reversal here, it does lean more into the sort of negative effects of being like alone, right? And to have to do things by yourself that consume your time, right? Is that when you are alone, or when you are sort of almost even like, you see how he has a lamp? It sort of is almost like losing your way in the sort of sense, whereas like the things that I love and the things that I want to do, I find myself losing the time and ability to do the things that I want to. That is sort of representative in this context of this card, represents that in this context. That sort of feeling of lostness and the fact that it is alone. In our present, we return to the Knight of Wands, which is what I had for my future card, for our very first reading here, which is time or energy. I'm trying to reconnect things. Sometimes when I read, many times, I don't know if you've noticed, when I read cards, I'm very stream of consciousness. And sometimes I have to look back at our question and recap myself on our question, to make sure that I'm answering what needs to be answered. And sometimes that is impossible when I have a person in front of me, which is nice that we're doing it this way, because I get to look back and be like, what was the question again? For the Knight of Wands, action. Taking action. It is also about adventure and fearlessness. It is quite literally like the immediate opposite of the Hermit, right? It is almost immediately the opposite of what the Hermit is. Happy Pride, happy Pride, happy Pride. I had to take a break to say that. Happy Pride. But yeah, it feels like it is almost the opposite of the Hermit, because where the Hermit is very internal and within themselves, the Knight of Wands is very forward moving, very fast, and wanting to get to where they want. And I think in this present, it is not for the present, it is not really a reflection of who you are or what you are doing. Rather, for the present that represents this card, it is, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be, where I am making these actions and I'm seeking out these not to use this word almost, but like, yes, to use this word, to seek out adventure almost in a way, is very interesting. I know that you mentioned your trip earlier, which is why I think this is quite interesting, is that in the Three of Pentacles, I think about this card a lot, it is a card. The threes are very interesting to me because in Pentacles and Cups, it almost feels sort of similar. In this context, I'm almost reading it as if it were a cup because it brings fruitfulness in sort of a internal way. The Three of Cups is about community and friends and people, right? And what I am seeing is like the steps and actions, or like not having the time or energy to do all the things that you want, is to lean on and rely on people in your life, right? Sometimes we feel as though because of our circumstances or our jobs or our like the things that we do in a specific or particular way, sometimes we feel as though we have to do everything by ourselves. We have to do it like by ourselves for one way or one which way or another, right? But there are people in our lives, online, physically, that in that sort of way, that we can lean on when we need to, right? And when we lean on others, things get done faster, easier sometimes, when we rely on people that we trust, and looking towards other people, and having that sort of sense of knowing when to do things by yourself, and knowing when to be like, okay, this is the right time to reach out to another person and be like, hey, do you mind if you help me out with this, that, or the other, or if we can do this and this and this together? Then it's like, yeah, we can do this adventure, and then it opens up more time for you to do other things and to open yourself up to new things. So yeah, that is what I am getting, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Reach out and rely on the people, and don't rely on the people that are in your life to offer help, because I think the Three of Cups, I mentioned this earlier, the Three of Cups is a very sort of harmonious sort of friendship card in one way. The Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles in comparison, also has that sort of sense of other people and teamwork and things like that, but in an almost laborious sort of way, in friendship and unity in sort of a teamwork kind of way of like working together to complete something. And when you work together with others that you trust and you can rely on, whoa, awesome, super cool. Wow, what a crazy thing is, like, we get this thing done faster. And that opens you up to do more things. And it's also like, it's good to welcome more people in our community. Remember what you said, the collective, the reading that we all got is that we're all getting more people in our lives. We're all welcoming new folks and opening ourselves up to communities in like the next 6 months, which is wonderful and lovely. And you don't have to do anything. Sorry, for a second I got like this, like, have you ever gotten collective readings or like general readings on like TikTok? Sorry, on TikTok. Wow, I did some real magic there. You ever get collective readings on TikTok or something, or like on any social media, and they're like, and in order for you to claim this reading, you have to like, subscribe, and comment, then share it with the person 3 times because rule of 3s. And it's just like, no, actually, because it feels like such a cop-out sort of way of doing these things, of like, yeah, sure, everybody needs to get a little boost in their life because you're doing social media as a career, but it's also like, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way to be like, yeah, this good fortune, this amazing opportunity that sounds so wonderful can't be yours because you didn't like my video. Like, that's so ridiculous to me. I was about to say, haha, his wand's a stick, and then I realized, yeah, it is a walking stick. It is a walking stick. My bad. he's using it. It's helping him. But they're scepters. Sometimes scepters are magical, you know? The wizards in Lord of the Ring, they all had scepters. They all had really, really big sticks to do all their magic with. And I love Gandalf. Bruh, like, yeah, it's so lame to me because it was like I'd get like readings being like, or like things in my recommended where it's like, this reading is super meant for you. 444. It's come at the right time of your life. And the very first thing is like, and you know what? And I'll hex you if you don't like this video. What are we talking about? What are we talking about right now, dog? I'm protected. That hex ain't coming to me. I'm protected, firstly. But it's just like, it feels so icky to me. And it's like, I'm doing this here right now. And you know what? To each their own, right? To each their own. But it's like, I love giving this to people, right? And it's not to be like, oh, I'm just so generous that I give these free tarot readings, but it really is like, I do this because one, I want to. It's good practice. It's fun to do. It's something that I love. But two, I think it's really important to give energy to other people sometimes, and to give something that is positive. And when you do that, like, I don't know, in terms of karma, that comes back around to you, right? You know? I don't know, like, yeah, that's just my thoughts. It may not, does that make sense? That's just my thoughts. Okay. This one specifically asked to stay anonymous and to not have their question pinned. So, what is my love life going to be in the next 6 months? I love doing love readings. Have you heard of the game The Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood? No, I have not. Do tell about me. Some people are performatively spiritual, which is a bit sad. I agree, right? I am spiritual in certain senses, so, which is why I'm always have to be like, I am not proficient in this specific thing or this specific thing. I always have to be clear about, like, man, if this is like, you know, like, if I'm not well versed in a specific thing, there is no way I'm going to be like, and I am a professional in this and I will hex you if you don't listen to me, you know? It's like, I think that's such a cop-out and it's just such a lame way of practicing a craft, you know? And it's also like the thing where it's like, if I'm learning something, I'm going to say that I'm learning something and that I will do my research in order to make sure that what I am doing is accurate, right? It's essentially a visual novel, but fortune reading focused. It was a neat little game I played a while back. That's so interesting. I will check that out. Ooh, that's something fun. I want to play more visual novels on the game, which is going to be crazy for my voice. But I want to play more. The sequel of A Date with Death is coming out soon, and I really want to play it. But we have to play A Date with... I'm pretty sure it can be standalone. It definitely can't be standalone. But I want to play A Date with Death 1. Just, you know, just to prime us. Just to prime us. I think A Date with Death 1 is going to be fully voice acted pretty soon by a voice actor named Jonah Scott, whom I really admire. Okay, let's do this love reading. Ah, I'm so excited. Love readings are one of my favorite things to read for. Anyways, love readings are one of my favorite things to read for because I'm just a bit of a romantic at heart. Happy Pride. Oh no. Okay. Oh, that's so funny to me. Anyways, sorry, my bad. Okay. Interesting. No major arcana for this one, but a lot of cups energy. Cups, I always need to give myself a refresher on evil ass laugh. Interesting. Okay, it's good. It makes sense that a lot of cups energy for this, because cups energy deals with like emotions and relationships, which is, yeah, that's very clear. Especially here. Interesting. Okay, I love doing love readings. I love these. I'm a huge romantic is the thing with me. I love love. I love seeing other people fall in love. And thus I'm very quite passionate about it, and it makes my readings regarding love a lot better. And 3 of cups here. Okay, wonderful. Now I could interpret this in different ways, but the Happy Pride, saying Happy Pride was a joke, but like it can be a little bit funny. Okay, so we have 2 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the 3 of Cups. I'm gonna get this out of the way first because I have another interpretation for this if this person is monogamous. Poly romance is in the air. If that is your thing, that is a possibility and we cannot ignore it. Okay, you gotta know that that's in the options. It can be in the cards, but it can be interpreted in a different way. But hey, if it's for you, it's for you, and if it's not, that's all right as well. That third card came out, and that is when you saw me go. Like I felt like Brittany Broski kombucha. I'm like, whoa, huh? You know what? Yeah. But reading this straight on, oh my gosh, oh my days. I feel a twin flame in your future. I feel some with the 2 of Cups. It really is a partnership that feels right. It feels in the sense where like we are of the same feather. Do you know what I mean? This is awesome. I've never had cards say like give me imagery that is so nice like this before. At least for this specific requester. Sometimes my cards, this is such an interesting thing to say. My cards speak kindly or mean depending on who I'm reading for. Where I wouldn't say mean, but like tough love sort of readings. Some cards are very gentle with their messages, and the interpretations of it are very like talking you down, of being like, hey, maybe you should like take a step back and seek other people and things like that. And maybe you could do this or that. And then other card readings that I get will be like, girl, step up, like stand up. You all like some of them are always like, you already know the answer, diva. Like, do you really need me to tell you? Do you really need that? But this is very kind. Which is for this specific person I don't get as often. So I do see someone who feels as though they are a twin flame in the future. And if you don't, the way that I describe that is just someone who you resonate so much with that not only brings like passion into your life, but also it feels their energies resonate and vibe with you on such a similar level. It almost feels like a best friend who just happens to also be someone that is your lover, that's someone who is not only do you love, but you are also in love with, you know. So that is wonderful. The path getting there, is interesting. I think a lot of people want this deep. I think the person that you really resonate and vibe with, there is a lot of people who also want this person. There's they feel very desirable yet unattainable to a lot of other people, which is why in this sort of sense you kind of almost have to fight for your spot to get where you need to be, which is very interesting. But it's also like if you believe in yourself, you are going to get to where you want to be with this person, right? And how do you get to this person? Have a little bit of backup. That's the other interpretation of the poly card. Is like so here are my two options, right? Everybody wants this person and we can all have them. Is like the poly route for this. And then the other monogamous route for the interpretation of this card is like, how do we back this how do we obtain this person? And the methods of obtaining this person is through, well, genuine connection and friendship. Of like being a part of the circle, and not to like constantly talk about people's inner circles and communities constantly, but that's been a bit of a running theme for today, is that this person is someone that you resonate so much with, or could be potentially someone that you resonate so much with, someone that is almost so similar to you in a way that almost feels sort of scary, right? But in order for you to really discover if that is true, you have to get to know this person to really become friends with them and really see them and recognize them, because they know that there's a lot of people who want them, and not in like a narcissistic sort of like, oh, everybody wants me. Also, my name is Gaston, and also I have a belle that I really want to marry, and also I have this little boy that chases me around and does me favors. Everybody wants me. Not in that sort of way. It is just the proof that he sees around him, or she sees around him, or they see around them, right? That is just what is there in front of them. So in order to really break through a lot of that noise is to just see them as like, not as a Gaston, see them as just like a person, and be there for them and be with them, you know? That is what I'm getting for this. So awesome. Thank you for submitting a question. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Let's empty these out and let's get another question in. It's about 8 o'clock right now. I think I can go about 25 more minutes. So I can do this and maybe this question and then maybe one more. All right. Robin asks, will I go to my dream location soon? All right, let's see. Will Robin go to their dream location soon? Let's see. Yeah, so this one and probably another one is what I have time for. And then I have to make my way to my flight. I gotta go soon. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Let's see. Let me real quick. I have a little cheat sheet. I gotta look into my cheat sheet. LOL. My bad. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Sorry, some cards dropped. Okay. So one more card flew out at me while I was doing this, so I will have my fourth card in the corner. I could not imagine doing something before a flight. Would be too anxious about missing it, compulsively checking the time. I will say my flight is a much later. So I'm actually leaving like many hours early. I will say I do feel that of like the anxiety of like I know that something ahead is planned for me, and so I'm like I don't know. Like it feels like I can't function until that action is finally completed. Like if I have a meeting at like 3 o'clock, I can't do anything. You guys talking about flights makes you feel like I'll go. Okay. Let's get this in here. So our first card is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Where is she? I have one deck that calls all of the pages princesses, and I love that. The second is the Seven of Cups. 7. And then the last one, or second to last one rather, is the... What are you? What are you again? I know how to read. I know how to count. 7. Oh yes, 7 of coins or pentacles. Pentacles and coins, they are interchangeable. And the very last card is the 4 of Wands. Okay, so I want to say immediately off the bat with this 4 of Wands card, immediately off the bat, because it did fly out at me, so I have to pay attention to it, is like 4 of Wands is definitely of like, in terms of like a dream place and dream state, that definitely is something that is there for you, right? Right, so whatever this dream location is, it is attainable. You are able to be there and you are able to reach it. It's just that the journey to get there it might be a little longer than you may expect, but it's not impossible. And I think this is saying like, this is definitely something that is possible. So we're gonna start with our Page of Swords, and I will say, in terms of sort of speed here, it's like for cards, the different arcana do have interpretations of speed, right? So wands are the fastest, coins are the slowest, because coins are about like kind of developing in your labor and things like that is very slow paced. Wands are sort of like a wand, instantaneous, right? But you have all three of the suits in here, so there is no really like definitive like this is the time for it. If you had like one specific suit show up multiple times, then I would be like, okay, this is how long it's going to take, but we need to take a few extra steps to like figure out and decipher and read this. So we're starting with our Page of Swords. Interesting. Where I think this is very interesting is how do I say this? I'm trying to figure out the words. Images, again, it's the images in the head and the words are coming way last. The Page of Swords feels like, so even cards are not talking directly. Yeah, literally. They can be a little with the Page of Swords. What I'm getting is maybe like not really being almost like, I feel like is a piece of advice of like, look at what is in front of you, right? So you see how this page is looking behind them, not really looking in the direction of where their sword is pointing, and almost quite literally has their head near the clouds, right? The Page of Swords is someone who can be pretty not in the same way as the Cups, but can be sort of idealistic and like envision things, a lot of stuff going on in the in the mind, and what the Seven of Cups advises is to sort of look at this with a little bit of caution, right? It can be also, again, with that sort of cloud imagery again, is like there can be a lot of different ways that this can go if you don't really like focus and lock in. It almost is saying like lock in a way, but it's also like there's a lot of ways that you can get to where you want to be. It depends on what method you take, and you have to choose wisely. The Seven of Cups is very much about decisions, about looking at what's in front of you, and also seeing not only just what's in front of you, but also looking underneath the surface. One of the things that really like stands out to me in these specific cards is like sometimes what feels like the really good route is in fact way too good to be true. You know, you see, I'm gonna zoom in to this card a little bit because I want everyone to pay attention to this. I'm gonna put this to the side really quickly and I'm gonna zoom into this card. All of these cards look wonderful, beautiful, and enticing. Maybe the one with the little lizard on it maybe looks a little less, but yes, be cautious because some things might look a little too good to be true. You see the card with the wreath inside of it, and the wreath is sort of, and like, it's almost similar to like a leaf or an olive branch, where it feels like the most ideal situation, where it seems so wonderful and beautiful. Do you see in the shadows of the card that there is a skull on it? That there's something hidden underneath like the sort of subtext of everything? Very, very interesting to me. Some things are very clearly scams, like the snake in the cup, and some things are shrouded in mystery, but do you want to take that risk? You have to be very calculated about where you're putting your energy to in order to get to the place of your dream location. There's so many options and choices that you can take to get to the place that you want to be, but you got to be careful. when we're going to a new place, and even a place such as our dream location, there's a lot of complications that come with getting to that point, whether it is travel or finances or where we or anything other else, even like other people or even pets or anything like that, to get to where you want to be in your dream and your location. There's so much things that you have to consider, not even just in your own life, and how does that affect you and also the people around you. So be wise about your decisions. Make sure that when you are provided with options, look carefully, look calculatedly. The last thing is the Seven of Pentacles, or Seven of Coins. This is a big sort of like cultivation card. They are putting in the hard work and preservation and the diligence and the discipline in order to reach the place that they want to. Coins is always about money. The pentacles are representative of like wealth, finances, material things, and also as well as like your body. It's abroad. Would be first time going there if you get to go there. When you get to go there, because that, let's not ignore our Four of Wands. You absolutely will be able to get there. But it's gonna take work, and how fast that happens just depends on how much you are willing to work for what you want, right? There's a lot of ripe, like in this card specifically, the pentacles are representative of the fruits of your labor, right? There's one down, there's 8 more to go, right? In this specific card. And you can get these fruits of your labor a lot faster when you're willing to work hard for it and be diligent about your work. But that also gets prevented, or the amount of time that it takes to get to the place that you want to is going to lag a little bit if you don't have that resolve and your drive. So it really depends on like these are sort of like the advices and like the guidances towards things. But like, yeah, when you going abroad is definitely going to be a lot. It's a lot, not only just to plan for, especially if it's your first time. It's also a lot of monies and finances and expenses, and being able to prepare and make sure that you are extremely prepared for it. Not only that, but also to work hard in order to get there efficiently. That and make sure you have no worries about that also affects how soon you'll be able to get there, or how your experience is going to be. But it's definitely in the cards for you. So those are just some of the things that you can consider for this reading. Wherever you end up, wherever this dream location is, I hope you have the best time, because it's there for you. It's definitely there. So yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for submitting your question. All right, so we have 10 minutes. So I don't know if we will be able to get to another question. However, I'm going to close this question, and I'm going to close the Q&A as well. So we're gonna end our Q&A, but I will do one more collective reading for everyone. So we did the collective for the rest of the year, right? 10 minutes of talking about Conclave. I'm crying. Time for a round of Stop. You can't say time for a round of Overwatch, because I'll do it. I'm thinking about it. No, you're right. Who cares about collective readings? Hold on. Okay, you know what? See, don't be like, oh no, you put this idea in my head. You did this. Okay, I'm going to basically do a card. I'm going to pull one card. If it's upright, it means yes. If it's upright, it means yes, play around. If it's reverse, it means no. Okay? And I'm going to shuffle until it flies out at me. I leave at in 40 minutes. So I have the time. A card flew out. We're gonna flip. It's reverse. It was the 9 of Swords in reverse. And you know what? Okay, awesome. Because the 9 of Swords was gonna be like, you're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer. I'm gonna open up Overwatch. But on my own personal time. They said, don't play Overwatch while you're on stream. Don't do that. Don't hurt yourself like that. You have to put on streamer mode. Your name is gonna probably be like some dumb shit. That's so funny. We're safe. Oh no. Oh my gosh. But this is so fun. I'm really glad that we got to do this. I've been wanting to read tarot on stream for quite some time now. It was one of the first things that I had in mind. But I got lost in the sauce of playing so many visual novels and games like that. So I'm really glad that we got to do this. I think this was really fun. I love tarot. I love being able to read tarot readings for people. I don't do it as often on myself because the cards are mean to me, like I said. Sometimes they're a little too real. It gets a little too real for Elmo. But I had so much fun doing all of this for everyone here. It was really enjoyable, and I am happy to do it again soon. But for now, I will be on vacation. I will be enjoying my trip. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I will see you guys next time. Hopefully I'll have a few videos up for you guys on shorts while I'm away. But other than that, thank you guys so much, and I will see you the next time I see you. Goodbye, everyone.